Welcome to the video tutorials of inSis suite. Welcome to the demonstration video for inSis Prosense. inSis Prosense provides greater visibility in the assets and their performance by connecting the data and business function. It continuously monitors the asset activities and identifies the abnormalities and provides insights into the asset reliability, performance, and profitability. In this video, we shall discuss about the creation of asset, KPI and events for anomaly detection for any plant or process industry. An asset can be a manufacturing unit, machine, reactor, pump, etc. KPI stands for Key Performance Indicator, which can be used for monitoring the performance of an asset. If the KPI performance is excellent, so as the asset. And event is used for anomaly detection and alarm management. Event can have any number of notifications. The KPIs and events will be mapped to the asset. Asset performance can be achieved by this module. This is the home page of inSis Prosense, where user will get the information of KPIs performance, best performance KPIs, event summary, least performance KPIs, KPIs performance by asset, events by asset. On the left side menu panel, user can find dashboards, KPIs, events, assets, discussions, global settings, email notification, analyzer validation. User can navigate from the main homepage dashboard to the required KPIs list by clicking on required part of the pie chart. If the user wants details about the excellent performing KPIs, he can click on that, and then he will be navigated to the corresponding KPIs list. There he can find the list of best performing KPI bars, with KPI name, trend, last value with timestamp, bullet chart against the target, KPI status symbol, and the KPI bar. Follow the buttons for deep insight of a KPI like comments, edit the KPI result page for detailed view. Upon clicking on the detailed view, user find further more information about the KPI. In the middle, user can find the expression used for the KPI, and also the details and status of the tags used in that expression. Further analysis tools are incorporated in the result page, such as trend, root cause analysis, and KPI chart. In the trend, all the parameters contributing the KPI result shall be trended, and the time seeker is also provided to navigate into times. And on clicking on RCA, the tags and input parameters which are contributed to the KPI result shall be displayed as tag group analysis, in which the tag's status shall be shown clearly with status, limits, etc. Also, on clicking on KPI chart, it shows the previous results of the KPI in bar chart against benchmark and baseline. Similarly, like KPI's performance, users can also have detailed information about the best performance KPIs, event summary, least performance KPIs, KPIs performance by asset, events by asset, from the homepage dashboard, by clicking on the required item. Now, let us see how one can create a new asset. Let us create a furnace asset. Go to the assets icon, and click on asset list. User will be navigated to the asset framework page. All the created assets can be accessed from here. Assets are listed as all, favorites, recent and structures. To create a new asset, click on the plus icon. Upon clicking the button, the new asset creation form shall be opened, with 5 distinct tabs named Details, Properties, View Template, Documents, Consumables. In the Details, select whether it is a structure. If not, disable the button. Select the structure from the drop-down. Enter the appropriate name and description. Select a parent asset, if not, the current asset will be the parent. Select the asset type from the drop-down, and enter the category. Enter the geolocation, and give tagging name. In the properties, user can add the properties for an asset, namely capacity, throughput, efficiency, volume, height, etc. In the view template, we can inherit the properties of the parent, and appropriate widget can be selected. In the documents, we can upload the important documents related to the asset, and those shall be saved. In the consumables, we can monitor the chemicals which are being consumed. User can select the type from the drop-down list. Enter name, description, specification, property name and value, dates of purchase and expiry, dates of start and end usages, use time in hours, guaranteed use time in hours, estimated time consumption, etc., and save it. Now, let us click on the asset summary. It shows the quick overview of the assets list-wise, having interactive options, which provide the deep insight of the asset. Real-time info button shall provide the brief information of assets like active events, KPIs, predefined info view data, and user also can see other information using Settings tab. And Asset Monitor view will provide you the detailed information about the asset. And by clicking on the Edit Details, user will be navigated to the Asset Details page, where he can edit the information about the asset. And by clicking on Show on Map, it will show the details of the asset on map. User can also see his overall asset's performance parameters in Map View by clicking on Asset Map View icon. The important parameters can be seen and compared with other assets. By clicking on Consumables Summary, user can find the overall consumables status, whether the chemical is in use, expired, new, etc. Now, let us see how one can create KPIs for this furnace asset. Go to the KPIs icon and click on KPIs list. User will be navigated to the KPI management page, where list of created KPIs will present. KPIs will be listed as all, favorites, recent and shared. To create a new KPI, click on the plus icon. KPI details page will be opened. Let us create CDU feed furnace efficiency KPI. Enter the KPI name without spaces and add appropriate description. Select appropriate time periods. For example, KPI which need to be monitored for a day, select start time as yesterday plus 0 hours, and end time as today plus 0 hours. It indicates one complete day. Select schedule time as today plus 5 minutes, so that it will schedule the KPI at today plus 5 minutes, to execute the data. Give duration as 1440 minutes, which is 24 hours. Enter the expression for KPI. The result of the KPI indicates how efficient the furnace is. The tags can be mapped in Tag Mapping window once the KPI is saved. We can also use complex expressions and map the tags for the expression. Now we have to give KPI execution limits. Enter the target, benchmark, and baseline values. And select the target expression variable, if applicable. Now enter the KPI limits in the order of low limit less than, performance low less than, normal low less than, normal high less than, performance high less than, high limit. The status of the KPIs are grouped as excellent, very good, good, poor, very poor, based on the limits entered. Later proceed for the other details like root cause analysis, which helps in troubleshooting. User can configure an info view and map here. Later proceed for KPI owner, asset, category, type, unit of measurement, and direction. For a KPI to execute, it should be enabled. We can also share the created KPI to the other users, user groups and roles. After entering all the required data, save the KPI. You will get a notification on successful save activity. After saving, user can find Hide or Show Variable Details icon beside the expression box. To map tags, click on that, and then user will be navigated to the Expression Details page, where he can find Variable Details tab, Variable Settings, and Mapping. In the Mapping tab, map type can be a tag or SQL. To map a tag, select the tag which needs to be mapped. Select the required metric, and save it. On clicking on Show Value, current value for that tag will be shown. Also, on the top left side of the Expression Details page, user can find Show Test Result icon. Upon clicking it, user can get the detailed information of the expression. Created KPI can be executed from the KPI page by clicking on the Execute button, which is located at the bottom of the KPI page. The executed KPI can be seen at the KPI result page by clicking on the KPI Details View button, which is located on the top right side. Their user can find the last executed result, which is displayed in the gauge view. User can find the value, status, time, asset image. The expression and the map tag details are shown in the middle of the result page. The further analysis tools are incorporated in the result page, such as trend, root cause analysis, and KPI chart. On clicking on RCA, the tags and input parameters which are contributed to the KPI result shall be displayed as tag group analysis, in which the tag's status shall be shown clearly with status, limits, etc. Also, on clicking on KPI chart, it shows the previous results of the KPI in bar chart against benchmark and baseline. Now, let us click on KPI dashboard. The KPI dashboard will display the pie chart, showing the KPIs grouped by their status, that is, excellent, very good, good, poor, very poor, and none. Tree map view of the KPI gives the information about the KPI asset-wise. KPI dashboard browser gives the KPI status bar, where it shows the KPI status. Now, let us click on KPI bars. KPI bars shall give detailed view of individual KPIs, with drill-down buttons. The KPI bar shows the KPI name, trend, last value with timestamp, bullet chart against the target, KPI status symbol. And the KPI bar follow the buttons. For deep insight of a KPI like comments, edit the KPI result page for detailed view. At the top of this page, we can find the quick periods button, refresh, reset, and filter options for better search of the required KPI. Also, KPI bars are listed as all, my KPIs, favorites, recent and shared. Now, let us see how events can be configured for the created furnace asset. Go to the events icon and click on events list. User will be navigated to the events page, where list of created events will present. Events will be listed as all, favorites, and recent. To configure a new event, click on the plus icon. Events details page will be opened. Enter the name of the event, and add appropriate description. Select appropriate time periods for monitoring the event. For an event to be monitored every 30 minutes, give start time as now 30 minutes, and end time as now +0 minutes. It shall consider the last 30 minutes data. For an event to execute, it should be enabled. Assign the appropriate asset, category, and type. Set execution interval as 30 minutes. Select event data source. It can be a tag, expression, or KPI. Let us select the created efficiency KPI for the furnace asset. Select appropriate metric, and save the event. Upon saving the event, we have to set the notification, and give criteria for notification triggering. Give a name of notification. We can give the names like, high, low, started, stopped, low load, etc. As we are creating notification for efficiency, let us give a name as low. Set a notification message. And select mode of alert, whether email, SMS, where system alert is default. Enter the notification criteria. For example, enter the KPI value as less than 60. That means, when the variable value is less than 60, the notification is activated, and when the variable crosses above 60, the notification gets cleared. The clear criteria different can also be defined, if you want to set a different criterion to clear notification. And we need to enable this is enable notify button, to notify the generated event to the shared users. We can configure escalation to middle and top management, when the corrective actions are not taken in timely manner. After entering all the required details, click on Save for saving the notification. Now, let us click on Events Dashboard. The Events Dashboard will display the pie chart showing the events grouped by their status, that is, activated and escalated. Tree map view gives the activated and escalated events asset-wise. Event Dashboard browser gives the event status bar, where it shows the event status. Now, let us click on Events Summary. Upon clicking it, it shows the activated and escalated events list. Upon clicking the detailed view, it shall display event activated time, escalated time, criteria, message. We can also see the expression of the event with tag value. Entered comments shall be displayed here. Also, at the top of the event summary page, events are listed as favorites, recent, and show all. We can also find refresh, reset, and filter options for better search of the required event. The related and similar events and occurrences can be seen by clicking Show Related and Show Similar buttons. Thank you.